Good morning, students. So today, I'm Mr. Rumsey, and today we're going to talk a little bit about a strategy that you might think about using when you're planning your course schedule out. And I'm talking primarily for post-secondary. Post-secondary, I know that's a big word for some of you. What that means is college, such as community college or university. But post-secondary means it's after high school, because secondary means high school and post means after. So post-secondary means after high school. Oh my gosh, we learned something already and we didn't even get into the video very far. But what I want to talk to you is about a strategy that you might incorporate when you're registering for classes, when you're taking your classes. So one of the things that we know that's really common in the American educational system, especially in the junior high and high school or middle school, high school level, and that is where we take a ton of classes each semester or term. So in the fall, you're taking like 5 or 6 classes, or maybe even 7 classes, and in the spring, you're doing that, and you keep on doing that. And we just get inundated with different topics all the time. Well, what we actually know is sometimes for many people, it's better when you can actually focus on a topic than having so many different topics to deal with all at once. So when you're registering for college, something that you might consider is many colleges run on a semester basis, and a semester basis could be anywhere from like 14 to 18 weeks long. It depends on the college and how they've got their schedule planned out. But if let's just say that you're running, we'll do 16 weeks because I'm very familiar with 16-week calendars, and it'll break nicely into 8-week sessions. So if you're needing to take 5 classes, right? Because when we take 5 classes, if those classes are 3 units each, that puts us at 15 units, which makes us an absolute full-time student. I know financial aid thinks that it's 12, and so you always have been told you have to take 12 units. But if you don't take 15, you ain't getting done in 2 years with an associate's degree, and you're not getting done in 4 years with a bachelor's degree unless you end up doing summers and intersessions or winter sessions, because you've got to get to 60 units or 120 units, and if you don't do 15, you ain't getting to 60 units in 4 semesters. So 15 units is what you actually need to be doing. With that said, traditionally your classes are 3 units each, and so you then would need to be taking 5 classes. The strategy here would be to take one class, the class that you find the most challenging, that you feel like you're going to need the most help with and maybe the most time to actually learn the subject. You're going to take that one for the full semester, the full term, right? The full 16 weeks, let's say. And so that'll be the one class that you're going to do the whole entire time that you're in like the fall semester. Then you're going to take 2 classes that are the first half of the semester. So if we were on a 16-week calendar, we would do 2 classes in the first 8 weeks. So for example, maybe we struggle a lot with science, and so we're going to take our science class for the whole semester. And then maybe I don't struggle as much with English, so I'll take English in the first 8 weeks. And maybe I don't struggle as much with math, or maybe I might struggle with math, but I know how to get through math, which we'll talk about in an upcoming video. And so I'll take that on a first 8 weeks. So what I'm really doing is I'm only focusing on 3 subjects at that time, right? We would have the science, the English, and the math. And so then in the middle of the term, right, in midterms for this first class, the other 2 classes are going to be finished, and then you're going to have your final 2 courses. So you're still going to have 3 classes. You'll have the science class, and then you'll have whatever those other 2 classes are. So let's just make it up for the fun of it and say history and sociology. And so, by the way, that's quite a challenging semester. So if that's the semester you're doing, congratulations. Let me know below so I can give you an applause. But what that does is that means that you're only focusing on 3 subjects at a time instead of 5 subjects at a time. You'll do better on your writing assignments. You'll do better on your quizzes and tests. You'll actually do better on your retention of the material because you'll be able to study it more in depth as opposed to spending all these homework hours on too many different subjects. You'll be able to utilize your homework and your study time on just 3 classes at a time. And that's going to be way better for a lot of you. And it won't feel so overwhelming. It also won't feel so excruciatingly long because for some students, we're like, oh my God, how many more weeks of class do we have to go? And when you've got 5 classes, and let's say that you're not interested in a couple of those classes, it feels like a really long semester, and then we end up not doing our best, right? Because we're trying to find motivation just to get up and go to class. So I think you're going to be really happy with me. With you when you choose your own schedule, and that schedule being 1 class for the full semester and 2 other classes for the first half of the semester, and then the other 2, and then those will go away, and then the other 2 classes for the second half of the semester. You'll be able to focus better, it'll be clearer, it'll feel fresh halfway through the semester because you'll have these 2 new classes. I think that's going to be a plan that a lot of you should just go ahead and follow until the educational system ever catches up to the realities of the 21st century and lets us not have to do so many subjects at once to be able to get through our degrees. For now, this is one of the better strategies that I can give to you that will help you be able to complete your degree in a timely fashion and also feel like you accomplished something. You'll feel good about yourself. You won't get burned out too early or too frequently because you'll be changing subjects on a regular basis. It's just going to be better for you. So with that said, keep that in mind when you're starting to plan your fall schedule. If your college or university makes you see a counselor, take that strategy into your counselor and tell them, I want 1 class for the full term and then 2 classes first half term, 2 classes second half term. And if your college don't have that option, I'm really sorry. But these days, in the 21st century, I think many colleges, if not all, have options for short-term classes. And if they do, please, those of you who feel like this is a good strategy for you, utilize it. It's not. I wish there was one strategy to fit for everybody's personality, but I feel like this is a really, really good strategy for most students when you have that option, rather than taking 5 classes for the whole entire semester. All right, so think about it. Enjoy your day, get your studying done, get all your homework done. Make sure you're prepped with all the material that you got to have ready for whatever's next. And then come back and see me again. And we'll talk about more strategies and more things that are going to make your life at college and university better. You're still going to have a great time. You're going to make yourself have the degrees that you want for your success in your careers and in your life. And you're going to do it affordably as much as possible. It's going to be awesome. All right, so comment below, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. In fact, that's like a homework assignment. So just why don't you click the like and subscribe right now so that you got it over with and you won't have to think about it the next time we meet for class. All right? All right. Class dismissed.